refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to another episode of RBO. It's your boy Vaughn. We're here to talk about some great NBA and WNBA action. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you had a great day. I know it's late at night, you know. I'm going to try to get the show a little sooner, but right now, 9 o'clock every Wednesday, that's the time. Today, we have 3 topics. We got 2 WNBA topics. We're going to first talk about the Minnesota Lynx. These ladies are on fire, #1 in the league. Are they the team to beat in the league? Then we're going to talk about the trades, well, not the trades, the signings from the free agency in the NBA. A couple of players got signed, and we're going to end it just talking about Angel Reese. There's a lot of slander going on about Angel Reese, her rebounds, what she called me bounds. So we're going to discuss that as well. But before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, you share this video with anybody that's an NBA fan or WNBA fan or just flat out a basketball person. Also download, there's a link to become a member with the R2L family. With that link, if you get a membership, you can get added into our chats on Instagram where we have different sports topics in each chat. And the chats go crazy. All the time when we are in those chats, you get live updates. You get live debates. When we watch the games, people are talking about the games live in the chat. It's a ton of fun, especially if you're a person that just loves to talk about sports. So definitely tap into that. And last but not least, we have all the different shows on the network. Yes, it's not just RBO. It's not just RBO. We have plenty more shows that talk about every sport. We have baseball, boxing, a show that talks about soccer. We have college sports. So definitely tap into all those different shows and you will not be disappointed at all. So we got all the intros out the way, you know, and it's time to go ahead and dive into these topics. We're going to first start with the WNBA topic. The first topic we're going to touch on, we're going to talk about this Minnesota Lynx team. Are they the team to beat? Is it time for them? Is there dynasty loading? That's the answer there. That's the question. Is this a dynasty loading? This team last year, they were the best team in the WNBA just like this year. But this year, they are a lot better thanks to the addition of Olivia Miles. This team right now, they just took an L to the Golden State. But before that, they went on the road and they beat the Mystics by 10 points on the road. And I had the pleasure to attend that game. And seeing this team head up, seeing this team live in person, it opened up a lot of different, you know, when you watch a team live versus watching it on TV, you just get a lot of different angles that you can't see on TV. And I saw a lot of good stuff out of this Minnesota team. And I saw a lot of stuff out of the Mystics. We're not going to talk about that, though. So, for me, this Minnesota team, they're one of the best offensive teams in the league. Also, one of the best. They're also one of the best defensive teams as well. This team has definitely been holding it down. If you look directly at the numbers, I believe they're third in defense as far as points allowed, being very, very close to the Mystics, and also the team that's leading with, I gotta say, is close to Golden State. Golden State is by far the best defensive team. But for the Lynx, defensively, this team has been doing a great job. They're actually, offensively, they're second with 91 points a game. And then if you look on the defensive side, they're third in the league. So right now, this team, if you let me get this right here for you guys. Opponent. There we go. Third. 83.3 points a game. So this Mystics, this sorry, I love my Mystics. This Lynx team right now, they are number two in scoring and number three in defense. I mean, what else could you ask for out of this team? They do a little bit of everything. But the biggest thing about this team is they have a big four. They last year they had a big three, Collier. They had Courtney Williams and Kayla McBride. But this year they added another star there, and that is Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles, the rookie, having a sensational year. She's second in my MVP votes right now. If you ask RBO Vaughn, and she just adds that floor general, that extra bucket, the ball handler with the ball, and she plays some pretty solid defense as well. She just adds that to a team that already was a well-oiled running machine. They have a big that can do a little bit of everything on both ends of the floor. They have a sharpshooter and Kayla McBride. And this year, Kayla McBride, she's taking about two more shots. She's averaging 18 points, which is the most she's averaged since 2018 when she played with the Aces. And the thing is, she's able to open up her game a lot more because Collier was not there for the totality of the season. She just recently came back a couple of weeks ago, and McBride has been able to open up her game, and she's averaging two more shots at not from the three. She's averaging the same amount of threes she's been shooting, but she's shooting two more 2 pointers out there, which lets you know she's expanding her game a lot. And when I was at the game, I was very impressed with her. You know, I knew she can shoot, but the bucket she was getting off the dribbles, the fierceness she plays with, you know, you see a little bit of that on the TV, but in person, you get to actually see and also feel it as well. Shout out to my bro JMO. He says most people will say they are the team to beat, especially since Fee came back looking good. But come playoff time, the Aces lock in, so it's tough to say honestly. And that's a fact. You know, Aja Wilson, who I think is the MVP that they should give, and I feel like if she don't get it, it's just because they tired of giving her MVPs. But you know, they are definitely a team that turns it up in the playoffs. They have a lot of veterans, Kelsey Gray. They also have Aja. They have Jackie Young. Their big three is very formidable. So that's a true statement indeed. So McBride, back to McBride. She's actually right now her shooting splits. She's shooting 46.6% from the field, which is the best she's ever shot from the field. And she's also shooting the second best from the 3 point line, which is 41.9%, pretty much 42%. So Kayla McBride is playing phenomenal for them right now. I think, to be honest, this is the time for them to actually to win it. You know, they have, like I said, a big four, and like I say, Olivia Miles is playing sensational. She's came and took the lead by storm. She's just out there doing. She looks like a vet already. She's like the perfect piece for this team. But Kelly McBride is benefiting from that. And also with Big Fee coming back, they also have another person they're gonna have to worry about a lot out there, and that's gonna give her a lot of good looks. So with your sharpshooter playing sensational like this, you know you got a guard and Courtney Williams who I like her pull up. She got a deadly pull up. It remind me of AI pull up. Next time y'all see her play, look at her and then go look at AI pull up. It looked very similar. So Courtney Williams last year was the primary ball handler for this team. And now it allows her to score more points. She's averaging the most points she's averaged since being with the Lynx. She get to focus on being more of a two guard, and I think that helps open up her game as well, just by adding Olivia Miles to the mix. And Big Fee, welcome back. coming off of two surgeries on both ankles. She had 11 months of rehab. She came back early last year, then ended up injuring herself in the playoffs against Phoenix. And she spoke about it, and she said that when she came back last year, she felt like she was good enough to play, but she wasn't back. Because last year she was challenging for the MVP against Aja Wilson, but I believe the injuries derailed her. So her coming back this year, she's hoping to find her stride within the team. She's averaging 19 points right now with through the 10 games she's been back. So if they get her running at full speed when this playoff start, it is curtains. I'm sorry. Because right now Olivia Miles still, I believe she probably takes the most shots at this moment. But we all know who the best player on that team is. And it's Big Feet. Like, come on. Olivia Miles is a dog, is a beast. Best guard on the team for sure. However, the best player, because she is an excellent defender, rebounder, and she's a bucket. So I think if the true Lynx is when she is back firing at all cylinders. And I think that can happen. The playoffs start late September, I believe, or early August. October. I say August. I'm about to double check that. But I think she has enough time to get her stride. She's averaging, like I said, close to 20 already. So this Lynx team is definitely looking like the team to beat right now. But my favorite player on the team, other than I'm a huge Olivia Miles fan. I've been enjoying her game since high school, to be honest, and the college days, especially when she first came in with at Notre Dame. Oh my goodness, it was like showtime with the Lakers. But Natasha Howard, the savvy veteran, is playing sensational for this team. I mean, she does what they need, and I think of course, Olivia Miles is a big reason why they're doing their thing without fee. But Natasha Howard is also a real big factor. She's averaging about 15 points, 8 rebounds. She can pass the ball pretty well. She's the second player in WNBA history to have 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks in the game. Now that is showing that she is very versatile. She can do a little bit of everything out there for this team. And one thing, when I was at the game, she was hitting big shots. Like, I'll be watching and we'll be playing great defense, making them use most of the shot clock. It gets down, good defense. She get the ball and shoot, butter. It's like she knows where to be at and she knows how to finish. She, like I said, she's a good passer. And her and Olivia Miles, they have some really good chemistry. The veteran and the rookie, they have some really good chemistry out there. They look very good together. Their chemistry looks like they've been playing for years. So I think this Minnesota Lynx team, they have a little bit of everything to get this thing done. They're a top defensive team, top offensive team. They have a top guard, top big, knockdown shooter, a really good two guard that can also facilitate. And it's scrappy on defense, I must add, about Courtney Williams. Then you have a savvy veteran in Natasha Howard out there who knows how to make the game winning plays, who can get a bucket if you need it, who plays big down there. She's not no pushover. She plays with a little force. She plays like with a little dog in her. So this Lynx team just might be your champion this year. If the basketball guys are with them, as far as everything else, I think as far as playing basketball, they're definitely the team to beat right now. I think we might be on a collision course with the Aces and the Lynx. It all depends on if a team like the Fever, because they got some players they can do some things. I do think they might need to they probably need a player or two, to be quite honest. They got a good big three, but beyond that, they're not that great, to be honest. So I think we're on a collision course for the Lynx and the Aces to meet up, and it's gonna be a good one to see Fee versus Aja Wilson. In my opinion, I think those are two best players in the league when healthy, and that'll be a great show for everybody to see. And winning a championship would do a lot for Big Fee. I think that she's an excellent player. She's a top-notch player. She has game. The offense is very pure. She has a lot of good moves. She gets the ball around the basket. It's a bucket. So look out for the Lynx, man. I know a lot of people are already, expecting it due to their record, due to how they've been playing. They just added back MVP candidate type player. Hey man, Lynx it is for me. That's what I'm rolling with. Far as who I think gonna win it. I already told y'all before the season even started that my girl Olivia was gonna be rookie of the year. She's just that dynamic. So shout out to the Lynx, man. You know it's gonna be good to see Nafi get her first ring, man. I'm gonna be very excited for her. So that's the Lynx top team in the W. Shout out to them, man, holding it down. Olivia Miles, Rookie of the Year. A lot of people say she should win MVP. I do not agree with that just because the numbers don't lie, man. You know, they say that having the best record is a big thing. I agree it is, but I think they have a good team as well. She's definitely leading the way. And if you look at like Asia has to score, has to do certain things because it's really like a big three. Her and Jackie Young has been like really carrying the offense, while Chelsea Gray has been that veteran out there who does a little bit of everything. So it's gonna be interesting though. I'm excited to see how this playoffs, how everything folds out. I pray everybody stays healthy and we get to really see some good basketball. Shout out to J-Mo as well. Oh, shout out to my boy Bibby, man. I mean, just give my boy a shout out. Who the hooper with the flame emoji. Appreciate you, my boy. Shout out to J-Mo as well again. He said, yeah, I got the Lynx as well, long as they're healthy. Hey, man, that's what it's looking like, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The league better watch out. All right, let's talk about, let's switch it. You know, we said we talk about not just WNBA, not just basketball. We talk about NBA as well. So the next topic we're going to talk about some free agent signings that I thought were very very interesting. The big two names a lot of people are talking about is Klay Thompson and DeRozan. They find new homes. They got a new area code, y'all. And I think these two veterans are looking for opportunities to get back into championship play. They are trying to get back into the playoffs, playing some meaningful basketball due to the places they went to. You know, you try to pair with Giannis, you try to pair with Jokic, as far as DeRozan, and they're trying to get led to the promised land, be that veteran out there that's gonna make some plays, which I get. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, at the end of your career, because both of them signed some low deals. I believe Clay was like 2 years, 11 million, and DeRozan only signed him 1 year. So, but shout out to J-Mo again. He said, "I want to give some love to Golden State. The turnaround they had is crazy. They like the second seed, and this their second season, I think. Yeah, man. Shout out to them. You know, when they do that, add those expansion teams, they just pick. They have a draft. So they pick players from different teams, and they're looking good. They're the best defensive team in the league by like 6 points. So they be locking people up. They just beat Minnesota by like 20 the other night. Shout out to them for sure, J-Mo. That's a good point right there. Shout out to Golden State. I'm very eager to see how they're gonna look in the playoffs. They have a well-rounded team. It's not like one player that just be dominating everything. They have a well-rounded team, so it's gonna be interesting to see how things unfold for them in the playoffs. Let's get back to Klay and DeRozan. These guys are so Klay. Let's start with Klay first. Him joining the Bucks. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna start him. I believe a guy like Giannis is gonna be like, we need Klay out there. And I think that's gonna give Klay a lot of confidence. Playing with a guy like Giannis, he's gonna get his looks. And Klay is a 40% 3-point shooter. He's a guy that he can get hot. Last year with Dallas, he had a couple games where he did definitely he got hot. He's not as consistent as he used to be, but I think he's definitely good for what Miami needs. Now, I thought that, you know, they probably would have tried to get someone that can do a little bit more than just shoot. However, you know, I think they probably just feel very confident in the Bam, Giannis, and the rest of the guys that they have. That they feel like if they surround those guys with top-notch shooters, that, you know, that's all that they'll probably need. Which, if Clay can resurrect himself, being in Miami, you know, it's a big-time town. It's a fun town, you know. He's single now, so boy gonna have some fun. But if you know, it's kind of like early retirement. If you ask me, you living in Miami, you playing. You all you really gotta do is shoot now. You feel like you don't gotta average 15. You can average 10, 11, and you all right. You really can average like 12, and you really really good. So Clay, I think he still can bring a little something for defense. He has good size, good length, especially when you got two shot blockers down low. You know, all you have to really do is play good defense to the basket. Your shot blocker should definitely help you out 9 times out of 10. They have some pretty good defenders out there. I think this helps them. He's not the player he used to be at all. Draymond Green on his podcast said it's not the 2017 Clay. And I get him, it ain't. However, he can still get hot. He still can be a very valuable piece to this Miami Heat team. I was very little disappointed in this team. As far as after they got Giannis, they didn't really, they got some shooters, but they didn't really get guys that can relieve some pressure off of Giannis. Besides some people in the starting five like a Wiggins, some nights Davion is the point guard. Bam, I guess you don't have a guy that can if you just need him to drop 25 for y'all real quick. You got a bunch of shooters. Some guys you need to hit like 5 threes to even hit 20 points. You know what I'm saying? So it's going. I'm very eager to see this team because if Giannis gets people traded and all this and that, asking for this, asking for that, because he probably the reason Bobby Portis is there. To be honest, because if Bobby Portis wasn't there, guess who will be there? Norman Powell. And I'll be like, okay, we might got something cooking here. You feel me? However, they chose to get Bobby Portis, and now they're in the situation they're in now. They can't get off of Jovic, so Clay though, I like to pick up for them. I like the place for him. He get to shoot the ball, and he's under a good coach. So I think it's going to be a decent season for Clay this year. Then you have DeMar DeRozan coming from Sacramento. I think that he's a savvy veteran that he can definitely bring something to the Denver Nuggets. Now I thought that it was a bit strange that he kind of chose to go to the Nuggets because I think that his play style, he holds the ball a lot, and I feel like having guys like Jokic and Jamal Murray out there, those guys really are the guys that control the ball. Those are the guys that dominate the ball. Jokic isn't really an all ball player. He can definitely set picks and things of that nature, post up. But DeRozan is a mid range guy. He clogs the paint a little bit. He slows the ball down. But maybe he's looking to slash a little bit more. Maybe cut. Maybe set more picks, move around a bit, play some Richard Hamilton out there a little bit. Because him being stagnant, and that's just not going to help for this team. But I do think it'll help having a guy like him just to get some buckets. When Jokic and Jamal Murray need a rest, a guy that can slow the game down and get some buckets. You know what I'm saying? And he can be a decent defender. He's a veteran. He can hit his free throws. He's not a guy. Excuse me. He's not a guy that's gonna fold in big moments because he's not the guy. You know what I mean? He's a certified role player now, and I think he will embrace that role with Denver. Losing Peyton Watson, I feel like they felt like they had to do something because that was a big time loss for them. But I like DeRozan if he, like I said, decides, now in his career he's coming back to being more of a slasher, attacking, being more off ball, like movement wise. It's gonna be a fun season to see how DeRozan plays. We never seen DeRozan like playing with a guy like Jokic, to be quite honest. So shout out to DeRozan though. I think he's gonna, he gonna make some noise. I think he gonna have some games where they're gonna be like, okay, this is why we got you. All right, yeah. So DeRozan, 1 year, 3.9. He got the veteran minimum. So we know what's up with that DeRozan. We ain't knocking you, bro. It was other deals. I think Brandon Williams ended up heading over to Golden State. I liked it. I like Brandon Williams. I think Brandon Williams. I think he's a bucket. I think he's a guard. He's an underrated guard, but he get buckets and he nice. Like it's not like he just getting buckets off open three. No, he cooking out there. Good ball handler. I think he brings that for Golden State off the bench if he's allowed to get money. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to J-Mo again, man. Maybe DeRozan can be that third shot creator they've been missing since MPJ left. Yeah, they need. You know, J-Mo. I thought they was gonna keep Watson. You know, I thought that they was gonna keep Watson, and they didn't though. You know, because Watson is a bucket, and I feel like they like, well, we need somebody that can get a bucket, and DeRozan, like you said, he can be that third option. Especially like I said, if Jokic and those guys are on the bench, you like, all right, I need somebody. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody out there. You feel what I'm saying? That can get a bucket. Because it be sometimes you got Christian Braun out there. Just the straws though. You got Bama's that need to be set up. Not nobody can go get it. And it's like, all right, Jokic, we need you to come out here, average 30 points, 15 rebounds, 18 assists. Just for us to be competitive. Not even for us to be the best team in the league. Just for us to be in the mix. You feel me? But yeah. Shout out to Bibby. My man said definitely like the pickup, especially if he can stay healthy. Helps Giannis a lot on the dish out, and Davion got more weapons to pass to. Or he talking about Klay? Yeah. Like I said, if Klay can hit some threes, bruh. If he could just hit like I'm gonna say three threes a game. If he can like be a little consistent, this would be an excellent pickup for this team. Jamer also said Klay was a good pickup, but I am interested to see how this team can pan out. Davion has gotten better and more comfortable every year, so hopefully he keeps ascending. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm gonna say about this team. Davion Mitchell, I really like his game. He averaged a lot more assists last year than I expected. I didn't, but he was a baller in college. We should have expected this. And defensively, this team is going to be a problem. With him, Wiggins, Bam, Giannis, it's gonna be a problem. Somebody getting 2 steals every night on that team. Somebody. You got fan duelers. Just make sure you pick the right person that night. You feel me? Because this team is gonna be out there defending, playing passing lanes, jumping people, plucking people, blocking shots. It's gonna be it. I think they're gonna hang their hat 3-and-D for real. 3-and-D team. So yeah. Baby asks, we're still there, right? Nope. He's gone. He's with the Bucks. He was part of the trade. Now, if the Bucks would have let them keep him, they would have been crazy. They would have been crazy. All right, another signing. I think this is one of the biggest signings, of this recent little run. Jonathan Kuminga, 2 years with the Timberwolves, $12 million. What a pickup. I think this is a great pickup for this team, man. Minnesota cooked this offseason. You got to give them their credit. They lost Nas Reed, which I thought they probably would have tried to keep him, but he was a valuable piece that a lot of teams would like to have a Nas Reed on their team. But picking up Jonathan Kuminga, man, you already got LaMelo Ball out there. So the starting five, they said he's going to start. It's LaMelo, Ant-Man, Kuminga, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. What a starting five. That's a good starting five. Especially if these young bucks running and gunning. Who want to see any of these young bucks on the fast break? Jaden McDaniels get up. Kuminga get up. Ant-Man gets up. Then you got the General and LaMelo out there. It's going to be fun. Now, Rudy Gobert. If Rudy Gobert can just produce, average a double-double, shoot efficient like you normally do, and just be a big man, bro. Let the guards cook. You play off the guards. You cut. You set your picks. You roll. You rebound hard. Catch the oops. It's going to be there. Just don't, what they say, just don't mess it up, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Just don't mess it up. Don't be a liability out there. Baby said, man, the T-Will smart, man. Hey, they definitely building over there, baby, man. Amazing squad. I can't wait to see them hoop. I think it's gonna be a lot of running guns, some young bucks out there doing their thing, man. But I thought that was one of the biggest moves. So I'm very high on the Timberwolves based off these moves. I've been very, very critical on that, man. People say he need this, he need that. Well, they got a nice squad now. I don't want to hear it no more. Julius Randle gone. Now LaMelo Ball got to stay healthy. He played. He was pretty healthy this past year, and he played pretty good. after a rocky start, but he got to stay healthy. He need his second guy out there. Team in general just have to stay healthy. Still got Ayo off the bench. I think this is they trying to get Ant-Man back in the Western Conference Finals so he can get to them finals. Now, if Ant-Man can get to the Western Conference Finals, it's gonna be. I think they got a little something now to compete though with OKC and the Spurs. It's just all on Rudy Gobert, bro, because he got to match up. He got to be the big man, and that's the biggest thing. J-Mo said, I saw Rudy pump fake, swing through, go to the cup in the FIBA game. It might get spooky for the league. Yo, if Rudy Gobert come out this joint with a Wimby bag, hey, it's a wrap. Like you said, it's a wrap, Slav. But it's another signing as well. The Pelicans picked somebody up. I just had his name because Ben Matherin, Benedict Matherin. He signed with the Pelicans. I think it was a decent deal. The thing is, I don't see what the Pelicans are going to be. I think this is just probably the best deal he got. You know what I'm saying? This might have been the best deal he got because I don't know. I don't think it was. It was a 2-year, $16 million deal, and includes a play option. So that's good that he has a play option. I think this is just like I said, probably the best deal he got. Trying to get out there, prove himself a little bit. If the good thing about the player option, if he doesn't, if he doesn't pan out, doesn't ball out to the point where he can actually ask for the contract he want, he can just opt into another year with the team he got and give himself another try, which is that's definitely a good move for them. So yeah, baby with me. He definitely trying to get some bump. And with the Pelicans, he should better get some bump. They got some young guys out there, Zion and Trey Murphy, so he should better get some bump out there and raise his stock. To be honest, I think he's a good player though. The biggest thing he gotta stay healthy because he rebound. He play with the edge. He can shoot the three. He can score. He's a good player. He just got to stay healthy. He came in with the Pacers and he had a pretty good rookie campaign. They thought he was gonna win Rookie of the Year. I don't know why they thought that, but he played pretty well, and he's always a spark off the bench. He just got to stay healthy. That's the biggest thing with him. Stay healthy, my boy. All right, I think those are all the deals that I really cared about, to be honest. Probably a couple. I'm being on Niang. He signed with Golden State. That's J-Mo boy right there, Niang. But that's all I want to talk about for them signings. But those some good pickups, man. Veterans went to some places, but I think my favorite pickup was the Kaminga pickup to the Timberwolves, man. Timberwolves trying to do some things. I'm not mad at them. I'm really not mad at them. Shout out to the Timberwolves. Ant-Man, do your thing this year, bro. I'm rooting for you. I want to see great players be great. I want you to go out there and win, bro. You got a bucket. You a bucket. I ain't gonna lie. You one of them guys. If I was hooping, I would love to have you on my team. But you gotta deliver when it's time to deliver, my boy. All right. Yes, sir. Shout out to the minivan. Shame on food. All right. So we talked about the Lynx. Then we went to the NBA. We talking about these free agent signings. Now we gotta jump back. We gotta end the show, and we gotta get some love to Angel Reese. Now, Angel Reese just broke the record for most rebounds in a season. And in her rookie season, she was third. She almost so listen. She first, Angel Reese second, and she third, and that was her rookie season. She been rebounding since she came in the league. You feel me? That's just what she do. Now, it was a post that came out when people was talking about how she, you know what I'm saying, gets her own rebounds and they try to diss her saying she can't rebound. I posted a short on my YouTube. Check it out. It's one of the hottest shorts I ever posted. Like 40 comments, people going in. They like, well, how many rebounds are those her own misses? Those don't count. I'm like, listen. Angel Reese is a rebounding machine, whether you like it or not. Now, people say, like, back to the story, though. it was a video came out when she came out talking about how people talk about her rebounding, how she gets her own rebounds. And she said, yeah, they me bounds because when the ball go up and come off that rim, they belong to me and my team. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like that. So people just diss her now, talk about her me bounds, this me bounds that. But did y'all know Angel Reese currently right now is running away with the most rebounds in the league with 458 rebounds currently. And the second place person is Jessica Shepard from Dallas Wings with 410 total rebounds. Now, people want to talk about these me bounds and this me bounds that. Did y'all know this season she has 54 me bounds out of her 458 total rebounds? So even if she didn't have no me bounds, let's say she don't get no me bounds. She got all rebounds, not no me, just re. She have 404 rebounds, which would be second. And third place is Shakira Austin with 350 total rebounds. So she still would be a top rebounder in the league. What separates her is the rebounds. Now listen, would you rather have a big that miss and don't get their own rebound, or you want to have a big that make it and get their own rebound? I mean, I'd rather a person I know gonna keep fighting to the end. That's the biggest thing with Angel Reese. She's a dog. You can't teach that. You cannot teach a person being a dog. And that's the biggest thing, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to say this too. Offensively, she definitely can work on her skills. Get her jumper right a little bit. Her layup package, she need to go visit somebody, anybody. Just get the layups together, you know what I'm saying? Sugar? Get that arm out there. Extend that thing a little bit, you know what I mean? She short arms a lot of layups. She do the miking drill. When you go under the basket and you keep your arms straight and you just catch the ball, layup, catch it, layup. But your arms got to be straight up. You can't really bend them too much. She can definitely work on that. But still, without her being the most skilled, she still is leading the league in double doubles. She's also leading the league in rebounds, as you guys know, averaging 16 points, and she's balling. She just has to work on her jump shot. But I'm just tired of all the hate, all everybody just trying to diss Angel when Angel is just gonna outwork your big every night. That's just what it is. She gonna outwork your big every night. If it's a rebound or a rebound, she telling y'all even when I miss, I'm still a better rebounder than you. Cause she does it, and you can't tell me there's no other players in the NBA WNBA that's not rebounding their own misses sometimes. Jessica Shepard probably got a couple rebounds in there. She probably not at 410 regular rebounds. So listen, man. Stop the hating. Because Angel Reese, like I said, just work on your offense a little bit. You averaging the more points every year, which I'm liking. Almost had a triple double. You know what I'm saying? You getting numbers now. You dropping like 20 something. Like I'm liking it. Your game is getting better and better. I just think if you get your skill a little bit better, man, you can average. You can be the best. You can really be the best in the league. You can be the best in the league. And now you're on a playoff team. You know, you're in Atlanta with the Dream. Y'all got a good squad. You know, so shout out to Angel, man. I'm gonna keep showing her love. You know, she's not the most liked as far as her play style. People, you know, I remember it was one group of guys, they was betting on her missing her first shot every game and all this and all that. I'm not gonna lie, she misses some layups she should be making, but she be getting some tough buckets too sometimes. So she has to build that consistency though, as far as just finishing, you know. But like I said, she's still averaging 16 points a game this year, and that's from dominating the glass. 26 rebounds in one game is crazy. And she plays hard. She dominates. She finds ways to still impact the game, even if she's not the most skilled offensively. She's been a better passer. So man, shout out to Angel. Keep going, Queen. Keep doing your thing, Queen. I'm with you, baby. My boy said the playoffs about to be a good one. Playoffs is going to be a great one. I'm excited to see how this WNBA playoffs end because these girls play with the edge, man, and they compete hard, real hard. You know, They bump. So the Lynx team to beat right now. You got Klay in Miami. You got DeRozan in Denver, and Reese, the rebounding beast. That's all we have for you guys today, man. I appreciate everybody that was locked in with me. Shout out to everybody, my boys that was in the comment section lighting it up. I appreciate y'all. It was very engaging. But man, before we go, make sure you like, subscribe, share this with anybody that, like I say, it's just a basketball fan. I don't care if it's WNBA. I don't care if it's NBA. I don't care if it's college. I don't care if you like watching street ballers. Tap in with your boy. We're going to talk some talk. It's going to get better and better. You know, my biggest goal, I really want to break down some clips for y'all. You know, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get there for you guys because I got to show y'all some things, man. Some of these moves these players be doing, some of these things that these real ballers be doing, you got to learn the little things on why these teams was winning. Of course, the best players, the better scorers sometimes win, but it's the little things that matter. You feel me? Also, download. There's a link to become a member with the R2L network. Tap in with the network. We live every day in the chats on Instagram with all the different sports. You get to come on shows and be guests on all the different shows, which are also linked down low. So definitely tap into all the shows on the network as well. And you will not be disappointed, like I always say, because those guys bring the fire and they bring that heat. But once again, make sure you like, subscribe, share this. Shout out to my Steelers. I will be on one of the shows on the network tomorrow, talking about my Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the Refuse to Lose show. So it's linked down low. Lock in with your boy, man, especially if you was a Steelers fan. Well, man, I need some support, you know. And also, shout out to my Mystics, just clinched playoff berth, the youngest team since, I think, for a while. I'm going to say for a while. Youngest team in a while to make the playoffs. Shout out to them girls, man. They doing their thing. And the Nationals, we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying. We're just going to finish strong. Let these young bucks go out there and get some, you know, get the jitters out and be ready to come back strong next year. Because I know we're going to do. We're gonna bounce back. I ain't worried. But like I said, that's all I have for you guys today, man. Thanks again, everybody that tuned in. I appreciate you. We will be live again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. We're going to keep the schedule rolling this off season. And once the season gets a little closer, we're definitely going to kick into back having two shows. And, you know, it's going to just be a lot more fun. But stay tuned. My Magic, hopefully they do something this year because everybody else coming on with the wood. Like, everybody's stacking up their teams, man. And we know what's going to happen when that season come to that playoffs. No real ballers going to ball.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.